Nate, grab your cars, hop on that plane. We're off to Mexico.
Let's go.
Well, Nate, another festival is here. We're talking about Forza Horizon 5. Playground Games is back. They have launched the latest and greatest in racing, at least in my eyes anyways. Dude, it's off to a great start. I gotta be honest, it's funny because you and I have been talking about this back and forth the last few days as we're reviewing the game. And it's one of those, man, I've been here before, but it's still different, and yet I'm having a blast. Forza Horizon is definitely my go-to racing game for any racing genre at all, right? Like, this is the go-to. This is the staple that I always tend to lean over to. What's different this year? Well, really, if you've played Forza Horizon, you've kind of played this one too. I think that's the biggest thing. We haven't changed the scenery. We're off to Mexico, which is beautiful, and they have different locales over in Mexico as well. So, you know, there is a bit of variety there. But again, it's just, man, I hate to say it, but it's like another race. It's just another race. It's another race. I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again, and I'm unlocking all these accolades, which is like popping up left, right, and center, which feels very rewarding. I think what Forza Horizon does and what Playground Games does so well, Playground focuses on the fact that every time you're there, you are always progressing towards something, right? No matter what you do, whether you're taking out the hedges, the bushes, some of the trees, like, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do and traveling on one road to another road, you're collecting billboards, there's always something there to do to help progress you to get to another star. And I think that's the biggest thing that keeps me moving forward with the game. Yeah, there's a bit of a campaign. You got some friends in there that bring you over in the world of Mexico, and it is fun. And there have there's, you know, banter, personalities there. There's a bit of a story, but it's really, really light because, again, dude, it's the festival, and that's all we're there for, is this big old festival. And then we're gonna unlock another festival over here, and then next year we'll do another festival over there. Like, it's funny, I'm complaining, Nate, but at the same time, dude, I love the game. What did you think?
Well, man, I mean, you covered just about everything there. But to be fair, this game is exactly what you said. More of the same, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We're on the 5th iteration of this series, and I think it being in Mexico, it's just breathtaking. And it is exciting, even though you're kind of rinsing and repeating, doing races after races. There's so much enjoyment while you're doing that. And like you said too, the progression system in this is awesome. You're constantly being rewarded with credits or new cars, and there are, you know, common, rare, and different rarities of the vehicles. But you know, you get gold vehicles and epic vehicles often enough. And each vehicle somehow feels unique. Plays differently. And if you're a car person, you are definitely going to want to play this because there are so many cars from so many years. It's very, very impressive.
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing. There's always something new to unlock, right? What I love too is you're playing, you're constantly reminded, like, there's a little mini competition in the bottom will pop up. You have so many billboards. Here's either who's in front of you or here's who's behind you. Well, you found another road. Okay, well, you have this many roads that you've traversed. Here's what your buddy has as well, or here's how many they have ahead of you, kind of thing. So I'm always like, oh man, Rubenstein, dude, you're ahead of me in billboards. Well, I'm going billboard hunting, and that's exactly what I did for like an hour, right? Passive, and that was like awesome. So I don't know if anybody knows Jeff Rubenstein, but yeah, he's over on the Xbox team. So it's kind of one of those things. I'm like, dude, you're not beating me on this. So I set out to find those, and then as I'm unlocking other roads and stuff, your name pops up, and you're there, right? It's that thing of that little mini competition within the game keeps you excited and keeps you driving to see what else you can find and discover. And then, like you say, unlock all these new cars. And these new cars are like the old school cars too. Like, there's so much. I found a Viper today. Like, dude, it's just, there's so much to do, but it's literally like the same thing. There's a heavy focus this year on moving into the multiplayer side of things. And yeah, we have times slotted in where we could experience some of those, but as we had the game early, servers weren't really open and unlocked yet. So we're kind of waiting on that side, right? But to jump in for the rest of it, dude, there were some awe-inspiring moments. I think that's one of the best parts about the game. Is you get those exciting little tidbits of, wow, did you see that? And Playground just nails it, dude. The hype is there. You know, we can kind of nitpick. I'm really just nitpicking on the small things, right? Because everything else is so good.
And one thing we have to mention, we're both playing on the Series X, of course,
Yes.
and the quick resume feature is flawless. I mean, it takes anywhere from 5 seconds to 10
Tops.
to instantly load back into your exact spot where you were, whether you're paused in the middle of a race or on your map. It is fantastic to see this feature utilized as well as it is.
Dude, it feels like I never left then, right? I'll bounce it over
Yeah.
to something I'm playing, whatever else I'm playing for review, or just something I'm just enjoying in the meantime. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to bounce back in. Boom, in like that, and I'm just taking off down the road. And then I touched on this, Nate, when we were off camera. The drift mechanic is one of my most highly, anticipated aspects of a racing game. How well can you drift? And it is so smooth and flawless, dude. When you're coming, I spent a lot of time in the jungle racing for this, so there's a lot of dirt going on. And as I got my rally car and I'm coming around the corner, and then I'm drifting, and you just come within like inches of hitting that wall, but you're sliding the entire time and then take off. It is so satisfying. I absolutely adored it, man. It's so good.
Well, Drew, if it wasn't clear, our time with Forza Horizon 5 has been an awesome one. And if there's one thing that I could say, I mean, we're on the 5th game of this series.
Yeah.
And maybe moving into the 6th one, we can slap on another 5 to 10 features moving into that. Because I don't want to say it's getting stagnant, because it's absolutely not. This game is a ton of fun, and that's why it's going to get a 9 from me, because it is so fantastic. But maybe moving into Forza Horizon 6, let's just spice it up a little more. Instead of just race after race with each event, let's just spice it up a bit. But what's your score, man?
I agree with you, Nate. You're right there. I think that's the biggest thing is within the game, it is one thing after another, but it's the same thing after another. And if they can spice that up, somehow change up that formula, bring in a deeper story, I think that would really help, elevate Forza Horizon to that next level. Story's there, but it's really, really lighthearted. It's more about the festival and growing that, right? And then unlocking other festivals and those events. Overall, dude, I had a great time. Like the drift mechanic, it just hooks me every time. It is definitely my favorite racing game to ever go to. Forza Horizon 5 for me, dude, I'm there too. 9. Playground Games rides to first place in Forza Horizon 5. With each vehicle feeling so unique and different in a stunning Mexico setting, it felt like racing in paradise. We hope for more variety and a deeper story in Forza Horizon 6. We all know it's coming.